This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 1048 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Greetings, horse people. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. On today's tip, Glenn is stopping by, and he is joined by Dr. David Ellefson from Bimeda with some dewormer basics. So without further ado, let's get on with our tip.
Well, Glenn here with the Horse Radio Network, and I have Dr. Ellefson with us, and he is Director of Technical Services with Bimeda Incorporated. And, well, hello, Dr. Ellefson.
Good afternoon, Glenn.
Thank you so much for joining us. And first, on this first interview, this is a series of 4 that we're doing over the next couple of months with you guys. And I want to thank you, number one, for becoming a sponsor. We appreciate your support of the Horse Radio Network. Thank you so much for that.
Very
welcome. Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
I'm very excited about this because we haven't delved into dewormers a whole lot and the whole aspect of deworming. We haven't gotten into it a whole lot on many of the shows, so I'm looking forward to it, and I hope the knowledge that we impart here can help everybody. Of course, if we have horses, it's something that we all have to think about. And I know Jennifer and I use Bimeda as our dewormers. We just dewormed our horses this week, as a matter of fact.
Perfect.
Well, tell us a little bit about Bimeda and who they are, and because there's a lot of different wormers out there. So let's find out a little bit about the company first.
Well, Bimeda is a company based in Dublin, Ireland, with marketing in approximately 80 countries. So they are worldwide. We have a very broad line of equine dewormers, which can cover basically all the needs that any horse owner would have.
So how many dewormers are there? When somebody goes into the tack shop and you look at that, especially if you don't, if you haven't been around horses your whole life, you're new into horses, and you look at that rack of dewormers, it's a little, it's like trying to guess what you need.
Well, it certainly can be confusing, and basically there's going to be 3 groups of dewormers that people are going to see on the shelf in the tack shops and the veterinary clinics that they go to. And then a 4th group that's a combination, what we like to refer to as the big gun anti-parasiticals. The first group would be macrocyclic lactones, and that would include ivermectin and moxidectin. The second group would be the pyrimidines, which is Pyrantel. And then the third group would be the benzimidazoles, which most people would know as fenbendazole. Then there's that combination group, which is the macrocyclic lactones, either ivermectin or moxidectin, along with a compound called praziquantel, which is used to control tapeworms. So you end up basically with 4 different classes of dewormers.
Well, that leads to the next question is, and I hope we're going to cover this over the next several of months in the interviews and everything, is how do you know where to start?
Well, it's a great question. And really, what I always tell people is your veterinarian knows better than anyone what is the best parasite control program for you. It's going to vary greatly based on where you live, the climate that you have, the number of horses that you have, how big or small your pasture is, parasite load, what program your horses have been exposed to from a dewormer standpoint previously. And so, it's not overly complicated, but it's not overly simplistic either. So, a good relationship with an equine veterinarian is essential in constructing a good dewormer program.
And we're going to talk in future chats that we have about fecal testing and the different types of parasites and things like that. But I thought today I really wanted to find out kind of an overview of who you guys were, and also I wanted to talk a little bit about natural dewormers versus FDA-approved dewormers.
Glenn, that's a great question, and it's a question that we get often from a technical service standpoint. The FDA-approved dewormers are held to a very high standard. They have to show efficacy or the ability to do their job properly. And also they have to be safe, and that safety testing is very, very important. Contrary to that, the natural or, an example would be like diatomaceous earth as an example. Dewormers really, and if you talk to the leading parasitologists across the country, they will tell you those products really just have never shown true efficacy against the major equine parasites.
Well, Dr. Ellefson, we are going to continue with a series of conversations about dewormers, but if people want to find out where to go right now to learn more, they can do it at bimedaequine.com. That's BIMEDA, equine.com. There's all kinds of great links. First of all, it talks all about the different products you have, but there's also deworming plans and information on parasites and all kinds of things on that website.
That's absolutely right, and that's a great place to get very pertinent and helpful information.
Section in there where Dr. Ellefson answers questions as well, and it's called Did You Know by Dr. Dave. So you can click on that button and you can find all kinds of questions and answers in that section. We'll talk to you again next month.
All right, thank you, Glenn. Look forward to it.
BimedaEquine.com.
And that about takes care of it. You can find links to today's guests as well as more tips on topics ranging from barn care to websites for horse people at horsetipdaily.com. And remember, you can have every single one of your favorite Horse Radio Network shows with you wherever you go by downloading the free Horse Radio Network app for iPhone or Android. Just go to your app store and search Horse Radio Network. Download it today. It's quick, it's free, and it's easy. And you can also subscribe to the shows via iTunes. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.